I responded directly to this piece, being also a woman of color and coming from, a similarity idea, and just a woman in general, of feeling like at some point beauty became less of, let me make sure that I do my hair in a way that is appropriate or would deem me appropriate. Um, and more so, do my hair in a way that makes me feel beautiful. And that means navigating away from European styles or trying to emulate European styles of straight hair and embracing a more natural approach, which was a big movement within Black culture. And so, I just felt really like I could relate very much so to the young women in this, which I think was the point of the piece. Um, and just I feel like even not being, if I was not a woman of color or a woman that could relate based off that, I could just relate to this idea of self-expression through this form in general.
This documentary was enjoyable that focuses on two young women and how they explore what beauty means to them and how they do that with makeup and methods of beauty. Interesting comments made by both of the women interviewed. And one commented that she didn't mind a little pain if she felt it was going to be worth her physical beauty being enhanced. And another interesting perspective was that she made herself up according to people that she needs things from, like people at work. You want to somewhat please them with a look of professionalism. If that's what they're after, you want to be within that realm of what they need you to be in order to promote yourself. And I like how both of the women shared their social expectations and how it influenced them. And I think in part that's to credit the filmmaker because they need those questions to be answered. I enjoyed the comment at the end where the one woman said how looking good and looking the way she'd like to inspires her to be creative.
And they're definitely very unique, and I think this documentary did a good job not only explaining who these girls were from their perspective, but their cultures and their families and how they're trying to integrate everything together to become their own person. I think this makes them remarkable people because it made it very educational where you're seeing the struggle they're having with their young college girls who are also trying to become themselves while still pleasing mom and dad. It's that struggle we go through, a lot of people, and it works well for them. And learning about their cultures, about why makeup and jewelry may be different to each one, was definitely educational because it shows how different cultures think and why it's important that they continue how they are and find their own person in in this country they're in.
Such a great idea and such a great concept to kind of explore, especially for young people and for girls specifically. This idea of, yes, you can, use makeup or hair or your style, and this is true for both men and women, to feel your best and to kind of, put your best self out there. But also, it's this kind of dual concept, right? Where it's, yes, you can use makeup and hair and your style and your looks, your clothes or whatever, to put your kind of best face forward. But at the same time, you don't want to dress up in a way or do your makeup in a way or, do your hair in a way that doesn't feel true to yourself. It's such a great tool to play with and to use to really discover what feels the most you and the most confident version of yourself and the most comfortable version of yourself. But then on the other side, you don't want to get too buried underneath all of these other things that you kind of lose sight of that. So I really loved this. I loved how they kind of explained it, how their approach, their outlook, their view. I thought it was really, really well done.